When's the last time, Andy, I'm with Andy Ihnatko, when's the last time you actually held a job in an office, Andy?
That would probably be sometime in the early 90s.
What were you doing in the early 90s in an office?
I was working in a computer consultancy firm, basically converting blathering thoughts into billable hours.
And what was the kind of office politics you were dealing with at the time?
How long could I take for lunch? How long could I stay for lunch without getting fired? And am I about to be fired for taking too many long lunches?
And did you take a lot of long lunches?
Well, the office was right next to Boston Common, the public garden that has the lagoon with the swan boats and the baby ducks.
And so you want to take a long lunch there. It's nice.
Well, the thing is, there wasn't often a lot to do in the office, and the boss was very much of the point of view that if you were inside the office, you were doing something productive for the company. Whereas I was thinking, well, if I'm going to twiddle my thumbs for 2 hours, better to do it outside a lagoon, looking at frogs and ducks and tourists.
All right, so you were just saying something before we turned on the camera, and I think it's very important for all the students because you speak at a lot of schools, right? High schools and colleges too.
Sometimes.
So, and what is the sage advice that you give to the students?
Usually you see the worry and the tension in their faces, and it's important to tell them that as much as you're worried about everything right now, none of it matters.
Oh yes, none of it.
You're worried about your SATs, and there are actually maybe 3 admissions officers at colleges that still care about it, but even they don't particularly care that you got a good score in the SATs. As long as you're a good person, as long as you work hard, as long as you show up for work, and the work that you do is of an impeccably high caliber, that you'll kick the butt of anybody who got an A- and 30 points better than you in any sort of class ranking.
You know what I discovered after I graduated college and all the hard work I did on all my grades? You know who actually cared about it? No one. What? Well, graduate schools would care, but that's it.
No. Your mother.
Your mother. Oh, that's...
And it's never a bad idea to please your mother.
That is true. But no, anyways, very sage advice. Thank you, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. And now, but you don't deal with the office politics working for yourself as I do as well, correct?
Correct.
But what would you say is the downfall of working for yourself? Like, what is things that you do have to deal with working for yourself that you don't have to deal with when you work in an office?
Mostly long-range financial planning, because if statistics bear things out, the reduced stress and increased happiness will add at least 12 years to my life. So I have to plan out to make sure that my retirement is funded through age 85, 86, whereas I would have been driven into an early grave by any sort of corporate environment, 71, 72. I could start spending my money right now and be okay with it completely, because I know that I'd be long dead by the time I'm able to enjoy any of the money that I've saved and worked. So it's not like there's no downside to everything.
I wish I was better planned for my long-range retirement, thanks to what my 401k, or for my previous companies, now my Roth looks like these days. Anyways, Andy, thank you for your advice. I appreciate it.
I've enjoyed it.